Hey everybody, welcome back to Dinner and a Tip. My name is Brenda and I'm going to be your cooking guide. So today we're going to do not crab cakes because crab is super expensive and some people are allergic, but we are going to do chicken cakes instead. And this is a super quick, easy recipe, especially if you've got some leftover chicken. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. So what I did is I grabbed a rotisserie chicken and I've got a stand mixer. So if you just use one of these attachments or use actually a hand attachment or like a hand mixer, go ahead, put your chunks of chicken and hit it on like medium for just a minute. Shreds your chicken. It's so easy. So we're going to go ahead and make our mix first. So we're going to go ahead and start with 1 egg. We're going to do a tablespoon of garlic, or a little extra, which is exactly what I did. Salt and pepper to taste. So I'm guessing probably about a half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon or less of pepper, depending on how much you like. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do a half a teaspoon of garlic salt. And then we're going to go ahead and give this a quick mix before we add our chicken. So we've got that. And then I've got this Parmesan ranch. You could just do regular ranch if you like. And actually, I'm going to do a full teaspoon of this. And then I'm going to do some lemon juice. So if you don't have one of those fancy lemon squeezers, just go ahead, take a dowel or anything you have. Give your lemon a quick squeeze. And I don't need a ton of lemon juice, so I just probably needed like half a teaspoon. So you can also give it a quick roll too. And you'll be able to get a little bit more juice out of it that you need. All right. I'm guessing the actual lemon juicer would probably make a better option. I think this, oh, there we go. Especially if you just run this in there real quick, you can kind of loosen up that lemon juice. And if you like, you could go ahead and add a little lemon zest to that. So I want to go ahead and give this a quick mix before I add our chicken. And so all I did was a rotisserie chicken. And next I'm going to do a 1.25 cups of cheese. I'm just basically cleaning out our cheese cabinet right now. So I've got probably half a cup of mozzarella and I'm going to do a half, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish off with some cheddar. So doing 1.25 cups, a little extra if you have it. And then I want to mix all of this before I add our chicken, just because I think it's going to be a little bit easier. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our chicken. You could also add what other flavors that you like for this one. I actually, when I can, just use my hands. I think it's a little bit easier to get everything mixed in there. And actually, now that we've got that, I'm going to remember what I forgot, which is the flour and the mayo. Be right back. All right, so now I've got the 1/3 cup of flour. I'm going to go ahead and mix this in. And then I'm doing 1/3 cup of mayonnaise or mayo. Not Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip will not be your friend. Sometimes you can substitute those two, but not in this case. So go ahead and get that in there. Probably should have pre-mixed that in there, but as long as it all gets in there and gets a good mix, that's all that matters. So for this, what we want to do is set this in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. That way it's going to help make everything combine and stick together that much easier. So, all right. And then we're going to cook these on the Blackstone outside, and then we're going to go ahead and make a sauce that can go with these. You can already see that this is probably going to stick together, but once it has a chance to firm up a little bit better, it'll stay together a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead, throw this in the fridge, and we'll be back to finish this up and add a sauce. Hey everybody, let's go ahead. Our chicken is done, but let's go ahead and make our sauce before we head outside. So for this, I'm going to do about 1/3 cup of sour cream and 1/3 cup of mayo. So it's equal parts on this. I'm going to do about a half a teaspoon of garlic salt, a little salt and pepper to taste. And this is just a couple little chunks. It also depends on how much sauce you're doing if you're making a larger amount. I'm just going to do a teaspoon of fresh garlic. Well, fresh minced garlic anyways. Basically, anything in the jar works. And then I'm just going to do a teaspoon of the Frank's hot sauce. You could certainly do more if you would like. And what I like about this sauce, I can use this sauce for pretty much anything. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of fresh lemon juice in here. So we're going to go ahead and get this mix. Then you just want to go ahead and give it a taste. Make sure it's to the liking that you want. You know, feel free to add ranch. You could add pretty much anything you want to this. But I just like to have a little something with these cakes. So even though they are perfectly fine on their own. Yep, perfect. Next, let's go ahead and finish up our chicken cakes. Like I said, they sat in the refrigerator for half an hour. So you could use regular panko, but I actually prefer to do the Italian panko just to give it a little extra flavor. And we're just going to make these into balls. So depending if you're making this as a meal or if you're doing it as an appetizer, kind of determines how big you're going to want to do your cake. So if you want consistency, go ahead and do the ice cream scoop. So I'm going to go ahead and probably make these a little bit on the smaller side. The great thing about these is you can pre-make these and then just throw them in the freezer and go ahead and just air fry these later on. So I've just basically got the panko. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in the Italian panko. I'm just going to kind of press them down in here, just pat them lightly, and then just kind of go ahead and form these into the patties. So, and then when we're cooking these on the Blackstone, we're going to cook these on high. And basically what we're doing is we're just kind of cooking them enough to get everything to melt, the cheese inside, since the chicken's already been pre-cooked. So, all right. We've got our sauce, and we're just going to keep going and getting these ready to go. This is such a quick, easy appetizer. I love being able to bring this one to parties. But tonight, we're not doing appetizers. We're actually just going to have these bad boys for just dinner. I'm going to call these fancy chicken nuggets, basically, for my kids. So, but they're very versatile. Dinner or snack, or appetizer. So, all right. Well, we've got that griddle heating outside, so let's head out there, get these bad boys cooked up. Hey, everybody, welcome back. So we are outside. So for our chicken cakes, we want to go ahead and put like a decent amount of oil because basically we still are frying these a little bit. It's just like a low oil fry. And if you don't have enough oil underneath these guys, they don't crisp up like you would like them to. So I kind of pre-did these ones. You can see the nice crisp that you have on those. They take about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And it also is going to depend on how hot your griddle gets. Right now, it's cold here, so we do not get it nearly as hot as we do in the summer. So these ones that are done, I'm just going to hit with just a little bit of lemon juice, just to kind of add a little bit of that citrus flavor to them. And then I'm going to go ahead and check on these guys. So with these, every time I flip it, I've been having to add a little extra oil just so I can get that nice crispy outer side that I've been looking for. And so I'm just doing avocado oil. I am cooking these on high. But let's go ahead and give these a try. So with these, the chicken's already cooked. So you don't have to worry about that. Basically, what you're looking for is that nice melt on the cheese. And so that's what we're actually really looking for. So let's go ahead and try it with that sauce. Easier said than done when your hands are freezing outside. So You know, for the poor man's crab cake, it does taste actually a lot like crab. I'm so excited to try to get my kids to try something new. But yeah, I'm like, the sauce is great. You can even throw some barbecue on it if you'd like. So whatever you can do to get your kids to eat your food, that's what we do here. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in all the time. I appreciate it. Can't wait to see you next time. Eat happy.